Good morning and welcome to Politics and Business Television. This is P&B Morning Show where politics meets business and the real issues takes center stage. Today we are looking at two stories that define the state of the nation. The statement made by the INEC chairman stating that insecurity is a threat to free and credible polls come 2027, and the likelihood of former President Goodluck Jonathan contesting next presidential elections for 2027. All right, insecurity as a threat is one of the issues, or one of the complaints leveled by the INEC chairman, and stating that it is one of the, the commission's capability or incapability to organize a credible elections come 2027. But before now, the federal government announced that campaigns may not happen in some northern states, citing the same rising insecurity as the reasons for such. The question will be, didn't we have insecurity in the last 2023 election? Could this be another way of undermining voting in the areas where the opposition seems to have strongholds? Is government giving up on the fight on insecurity? All right, at the same time, away from the INEC chairman's position on 2027 polls, the drama of 2027 election has taken another tone. Just when we thought we have had it to the peak, we are seeing a very interesting twist of events. The statement credited to the former President Goodluck Jonathan when he was recently approached by some group of young Nigerians to run for the 2027 presidential election has sparked up widespread concern. After much engagement with them, he ended up his talks with a rather hanging conclusion, saying that I am consulting widely. Although some Nigerians are wondering why now, or could this be another political antics? What could be the reason why he is consulting widely? What do you think? This morning we connect the dots between leadership and accountability and delivery, because in the end, governance is not just about winning elections, it's about making life better. Stay with us. We shall be back to look at what the newspapers have for us. I still remain yours truly, yours faithfully, Chidi Kenneth. And of course, I'm not alone. I have my co-host and presenter here, Mr. Ibrahim Shaibu. Good morning.
Morning, Mr. CK. I'm also yours truly, Ibrahim Shaibu. So how do you this morning, Mr.
I'm fine. I just have to end on yours truly and yours.
You look very lovely. I'm looking so exciting this morning.
Well, I have no choice. So.
Of course you do.
Yeah, of course you do. If you are, every day you wake up alive, at least.
Yeah, you should
and you eat. Yeah. You give thanks to God.
That's true.
Regardless of all the challenges and all the hope, hustling and bustling.
Exactly.
And then we are seeing that the drama is becoming very interesting.
Very interesting, honestly speaking.
You predicted it. You are becoming like a prophet.
I'm telling you, no, I'm not a prophet. But the paintings on the wall are very clear. They are clear black and white.
The handwriting.
Exactly, the handwritings are very clear.
At some point, government said that campaigns might not take place.
From that moment, I told you that this is a script and it is a multi-page script. This is just the first page. We will now see the second page and ultimately see the third page and the fourth page.
So it's a book that has a table of content.
Exactly. It's
a book of content.
Even this statement, is not the last page. They are not saying we are not going to hold election. They say it's a threat. So from being a threat, they will say now it's even impossible to hold.
To credible, free and fair election.
Exactly. They say it's a threat. They are just now it's just.
And some Nigerians may be wondering what happened in 2023. We even have the very serious rising insecurity.
In 2015, when Boko Haram was at the peak of their atrocities, when all over the northern state you will find roadblocks every 200 to 300 meters, we conducted election in this country. I remember in Kaduna, almost every after 300 to 400 meters, you will find a roadblock. If you are riding a motorbike, you have to come down the motorbike, push it, go to the roadblock. They will check you before you pass. If you are driving a car, you have to stop, open the gate, and then open your boot. They will check before you pass. Every 300 to 400 meters, you must find a roadblock.
And again,
in the midst of that crisis, we conducted election.
That one is just save your bullets for that will form the basis of our discussion. And again, we have another controversial issue of there's this rumor making the round long time ago.
Yes.
If President Jonathan Jonathan was going to partake in the 2027 elections.
I remember.
And some say, oh, yes, he's likely to do that. Some say no. But
especially me, I belong to the school of thought that was desperately, fervently praying for Goodluck Jonathan to come and contest at that time.
But well, he has come out to say, I am consulting widely.
Consulting is different from I am contesting.
Yes. So some conspiracy theories out there took it to the next level and said, he's contesting. He said, no, I'm not contesting.
For more than 5 years, he has been consulting, because on several occasions he has been contacted by different interest groups for him to come out and contest, but he kept saying that he was consulting. In
fact, he made a comment, and because of our discussion, we are going to see that he made a comment that all of you that are telling me to contest, these young people, how many of you are PVC?
Exactly. I also told you that in one of our discussions.
Yes.
See, this very large group of youth that we have, who constituted almost half of Nigeria's population, the youth alone constituted even more than half of Nigeria's constitution. But I'm telling you, more than half of that general group do not hold their PVCs.
He even made another strong comment again. I don't know why I'm letting the cat out of the bag, but anyway.
You lay emphasis in the midst of this.
He has participated in over 14 countries' elections. And Nigeria has been one of the lowest voter apathy.
Exactly.
In Africa, that we don't come out to vote.
No, because these
are issues we are going to look at.
That is because the voters have started long ago to lose confidence on the politicians and even the electoral process. We have been saying, particularly the youth group have been saying, whatever we choose, at the end of the day, is not who we vote that ultimately wins the election. They kept saying this.
Okay. Well, we are going on a short break. When we return, we dive straight to the newspaper review. This is PMB Money Show here in the city of Abuja. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this time. All right, welcome back. This is PMB Money Show here in the city of Abuja. And my name is Tichidi Cadet. I'm your host, and my co-host, of course, is here, Mr. Ibrahim Shaibu. Mr. Ibrahim Shaibu,
yeah,
as tradition demands, I will always ask you this question.
Yes.
Here in PMB television, that I hope we're not going to see killings again.
By the grace of God, the numbers keep reducing. I will ultimately reach a point whereby we will take like a whole week without seeing any casualty, any death, or any killing, inshallah.
Ami. Okay.
Except when the producer decided to just surprise us.
Or decide to just maybe promise.
Because sometimes he don't even want us to make those statements. It is whenever we make this statement that he'll begin to just.
Are you sure the producer is not also one of those editors? Editors? Maybe he has started producing his own newspaper.
We'll see.
All right. First is about the Guardian.
The Guardian.
Let's see what the Guardian
How skewed process makes life benches of football administrators. How skewed process make life benches of football administrators. Yeah, so here I think we are talking about football administrators like the Nigerian Football Association.
Yes.
Okay.
How skilled process makes life benches of football administrators.
The broken playbook. Okay. Nigeria's football governance versus global best practice. Yeah, because you see, quite often than not, the performance of our boys, particularly the national team, always depends on the how effective the football administration works, because sometimes politics is greatly involved. Sometimes you will see they will send these footballers to go and play international games, and then their what do you call it, their allowances and benefit will be denied them. And this tends to kill the morale of the players. You can see most of our players are the actual arrowhead in some international clubs. But when they come home, their performance when they are playing for Nigeria seems to weaken down as when they are playing to their international clubs. And that has a lot to do with football administration in Nigeria, because always politics is involved. It kills the morale.
So politics everywhere.
There's politics. Nigerians, naturally Nigerians are politics. Everything in a Nigerian's life involves politics. So this is very sad. Otherwise, we will have been continuously taking the African Cup of Nations, AFCON Cup, because Nigeria has about the best footballing team
that plays in top flight football clubs.
Exactly, globally. So what stops us from dominating African championships?
If not the World Cup.
Exactly. So many countries, so many teams in Europe depend on Nigerian players. Every day we see this football magazine, you always see that consistently. You will see a lot of hopes are displayed on Nigerian footballers in their various club sites in Europe. Okay, take it up. Let's see. We'll have very. Senate reverses controversial eligibility rule for presiding officers. Senate reverses controversial eligibility rule for presiding officer Santo Oshomole's
Yes.
the Senate president. Yes,
very resilient
exactly.
standpoint.
This is one Nigerian I have great deal of respect for, honestly speaking. Adams Oshomole. He has always been fighting the cause of humanity.
But some Nigerians will argue with you that he's also controversial.
He is. Sometimes you need to be controversial to make him to make your presence felt. Honestly speaking, because that eligibility rule is very, very unfair. Even the sitting Senate president for today is a beneficiary of some of those.
But don't you think his outburst is linked to an interest?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it can sanitize the system for me, even if he has interest. But the way we heard from the grapevine is that it's not even him that's interested in for the Senate seat.
That was what was rumored anyway.
So
that was what was rumored that well,
at least no rule is cast on stone.
Of course.
So
Let's look at the other rider.
Nigeria protests killing in South Africa as Tinubu orders crisis notification unit. Nigeria protests killing in South Africa as Tinubu orders crisis notification unit. Then reps launch probe into debt-owed federal government, rising building material costs. Reps launch probe into debts owed by federal government and rising building material costs.
Okay. Next newspaper, please. I think that will be all for the guidance.
Dozen feared kill, village razed in Kogi communal clash. Dozens feared killed, villages razed, not even a village, villages razed in Kogi communal clash. Very sad. This one is not banditry, this one is not insurgency, but this one is just one of the usual Nigerian problem.
Is it a communal clash?
It's communal, yes. It's community crisis.
Okay. We have the APC
commits to court ruling, dissociate from proposed state congresses. ADC commits to court ruling, dissociates from proposed state congresses.
No, we have the rider there by the left, where we have the picture of the president.
APC fails Tinubu's 2027 run as opposition battles INEC timeline and lawsuit. APC paves Tinubu's 2027 run as opposition battles INEC timelines lawsuit. So just like you always say, Tinubu the lone candidate. Yeah, it's the lone candidate, evidently.
But you know, the annoying thing about this whole thing is that at some point it was denied that he was not going to be the lone candidate.
Exactly.
Now, I don't know why some of these spokespersons will just come out openly and tell lies.
Exactly. I told you now several times that Nigeria's politicians are among the greatest liars. I always say this. They always lie.
So, you know, because I remember it was a 2 months or so, one of those spokespersons came out to say there was nothing like a possible consensus candidate for the incumbent president. And now we are seeing it playing out. So
I've reached the conclusion whereby, for me personally,
why not accept it the way they are?
Quality.
Why not say the way they are?
Necessary?
It will not hurt anybody.
It will not hurt anybody. Yes, but you do like this, like this.
And internet does not forget. You say today, tomorrow, somebody will bring out, you find it. That is why some people cannot handle their candidates. You lie January, June, you come, you lie, and you keep lying, and then lies become too much. You don't even know what to say anymore.
Exactly. There's another interesting liner there. 2027. Jonathan explores option as court fixes today for suit on his eligibility. Jonathan explores option. So that means the decision has already been made. The option now is for him to which party is he going to fly on.
Again, it's waiting on the
there's court also to decide whether or not he's eligible to contest. But I think it is very clear that constitutionally no Nigerian can rule for more than 2 terms. So they said the 2 years of his previous 5-year terms in office, the 2 years doesn't belong to him. He just completed the 2 years left by the ticket on which that was a doctrine of necessity. Exactly. Then the second tenure on which he personally contested is considered to be his first legal personal tenure.
But some were of the opinion that he has experienced 2 swearing in.
That issue also came up at
that was a technical angle.
Yes, that was technical angle. So everything now depends on what interpretation will the court give. Is it today?
Yesterday.
Exactly. But even at that time, greater majority of lawyers said him being sworn 2 times does not abrogate the fact that it's only one term, personal term, that he has finished, the one that he personally contested. So it all depends. You know, in Nigeria, even Supreme Court interpret and reinterpret clauses. So we don't know how.
I've seen all kinds of rulings.
I will not be surprised.
We've seen all kinds of ruling here.
Honestly,
well, you know, the one that is still, amusing me as a person is the one when they said you should go back to the
exactly go back to a lesser court from the Supreme Court. You are now go back to the High Court. Is it?
Yes.
For reinterpretation. So Supreme Court is not even capable of.
I would like to make reference to that analogy. The man who took off to Lagos, getting to Akure by road.
Come back, you have forgotten your pen.
Yeah, come back, you have forgotten your pen at
exactly.
all. With that man arrived Lagos.
Yeah, Nigerians. We are one of the most exciting group of people in
I'm telling you.
Nigerians.
I'm telling you. Vanguard.
Xenophobia. Federal government moves to evacuate Nigerians from South Africa. Is it free, or they are going to pay for their evacuation fees?
As alleged the first time.
That is what the Nigerian government said initially. Yes. So let's see. Economists caution against blanket sanction on South African companies. Targeting South African businesses inappropriate, counterproductive, says Muda Yusuf. It ambushes economic self-sabotage. Oedikachi. Nigeria can't afford to jeopardize future partnership with South Africa, but they can afford to kill our people.
I saw a video where they were trying to compare companies in Nigeria owned by South Africans and companies in South Africa owned by Nigerians. No single company known to anybody that is a blue chip company.
They are taking benefit of 100, 200 and something million population to promote their businesses, while they kill a percentage of our population that is residing in their country. How fair is that?
Now we were trying to compare and contrast, companies owned by South Africans in Nigeria. And we have so many of them: Protea Hotel, ShopRite, MTN, just name them, DSTV. And there are so many, there are a lot of furniture companies owned by South Africans. Yes. Yeah. There are
so many companies, in fact.
Now we now try to compare. None. What we have in South Africa are churches.
And those small shops and restaurants owned by mostly Igbo people.
I'm talking
where they are putting their I'm saying it. Our own is just
those ones are not blue chip companies. I'm talking of multinationals.
That is what I am saying. They have multinationals here, and their eyes are on the small shops and restaurants owned by Nigerians. That's what they are putting their eyes on. That's when they say you are taking over our jobs. That's what they mean. And these South Africans
they are taking over our own economy.
I'm telling you, they are some of the laziest people you find around, and they are not taking. If you see. I'm somebody that believes in, if I come to your state and I find you are lazy, you cannot blame me if I see opportunity and decided to capitalize on that opportunity to make myself great. What's wrong in doing that? Will you provide me to come to your country and become as lazy as you are? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And no country is what survives on its own, survives as an island. Every country needs the presence of other nationals within its countries. If you say everybody would just remain in this country without traveling anywhere, the whole world wouldn't have been what it is today.
Let's go to newspaper because for the want of time, please. Next newspaper, please. No, not Vanguard.
Yes, okay.
The Punch. APC consensus push faces resistance in states. APC consensus push faces resistance in states.
I told you that many states will not accept that consensus candidate.
This
is likely what is going to break the APC if care is not taken.
You didn't even wait for me to make a particular song when we were small.
Gang. You always say that. So these are the states: Yobe, Ogun, Sokoto, Plateau, Kwara aspirant oppose consensus, demand competition, and I assure you most states are coming to. So far, we have only seen about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 aspirants.
So APC is having a fair share of their own internal wrangling.
And although Benue, Oyo gear up for primaries as Tinubu governors, aspirants submit nomination forms. APC adopts direct primary for presidential ticket. Again, so who is coming to contest the primaries with Tinubu now again?
We have not seen anybody yet.
To make them come hire me at least I'll give a fine.
Okay, you're going to hire you.
Sunday to launch 70,000 empty cocoa, 8,000 empty cashew processing plant in March 2027. Sunbet to launch 70,000 empty cocoa and 80,000 empty cashew processing plant in March. That's good because before now, particularly when you come to Benue, we lose a hell lot of fruit uselessly, even in the course of for lack of proper storage facilities, for lack of proper transportation processes. You see a lot of mangoes, oranges getting destroyed and getting, they are perishable good. So this is a step in the right direction.
Okay, we still have the record Jonathan there. Jonathan,
Jonathan considers comeback as court hears eligibility suit today. Jonathan considers comeback as court hears eligibility suit today.
That would be interesting, anyway.
There are interesting times ahead. Honestly speaking, I would like to see a situation whereby the incumbent is there, Tinubu is there, the OK team is there, Atiku is there, and most likely PDP will also feature somebody. So it's going to be an interesting ride.
Very well. Okay, rider there. Next one.
Yes. Any rider down the paper?
No.
Uncertainty over Jonathan's link to 2027 presidential contest. That is Nigerian Tribune.
Yeah.
Uncertainty over Jonathan's links to 2027 presidential ticket. Contesting for the presidency is not a computer game. I will consult widely, he says, as youth rally at his Abuja residence. Adds that Nigeria has highest voter apathy. Court to hear suit on his eligibility today.
Okay.
Actually, he's one of the most likable presidents of Nigeria.
But he was branded. Some people are of the opinion that at some point he was brandished and branded with all kinds of propaganda. And
that was politics.
And they removed him out of office, and since then, our life has not remained the same.
The people that gave him that ban are the same people that are now regretting what they did to him. And now they are among the same people that are also praying for his comeback. Because that is politics. That's Nigeria. You see, there's a slogan that used to...
And some of the people who spearheaded those things are now in power.
There's no permanent friend or permanent enemy in politics.
In the words of Nnamdi Azikiwe.
Exactly. In politics, there's no permanent friend and no permanent enemy. You may be friends, we may be friends today, and tomorrow we may fall apart. Defecting hit PDP on Oyo. Aspirants in Oyoko, aspirant lead exodus. Party members fill APM forms. Uneasy calm over Adekambi as Makinde's choice. Osheni resigned as special advisor on security. Interesting. Oyo too is another hotbed of crisis. Honestly,
because we have the Makinde-led PDP.
Exactly. The basis of the Makinde-led is rooted there. Electoral Act, new amendment block forum shopping. Electoral Act, new amendments block forum shopping. NAS governorship pre-election causes to start a federal high court. Presidency opens at appeal court. Nominates at Supreme Court.
Okay.
Right at the side there, Senate resign amended standing rules, retains previous provisions.
We have that at the previous newspaper before this.
Billionaire drug baron, 2 female kingpins fall in global sting operation. That is on drug trafficking.
Yeah. Drug trafficking is still resurfacing.
Exactly. It doesn't die completely. It always comes honestly.
All right, next newspaper, please. Okay. We have the sports this time around.
Any Aloko exclusive. I didn't even know women's football exists in Nigeria. When England called me up at 14, that was the only choice I had. Looking back now, nothing has changed a lot because the Nigerian women's team is very strong today. Any Aloko, I think it's one of our female footballers.
I think it's foreign based.
It's foreign based, yes, you can see.
And so it's making us to understand.
She was invited at the age of 14. At that time, she doesn't even know that women's football exists internationally. I didn't even know women's football exists in Nigeria. When England called me up at 14, that was the only choice I had. Looking back now, things have changed a lot because the Nigerian women's team is very strong today. My decision to represent England. Okay, she's now representing England, not Nigeria.
Yes. So she's trying to say that she represented England out of ignorance.
Exactly.
She was not aware
that there's a female team in
Nigeria
when she was invited at 14.
Probably she has a dual citizenship.
Exactly.
She has a British passport. Okay. Okay, let's see.
You can see why I always say Nigerians are great people.
Yes.
Honestly, I'm proud to be a Nigerian. Nigerians are very great people globally.
No, see, have Nigerians who will tell you that the best thing that will happen to you is to travel out of this country and then go and in search of greener pasture. I have a friend who was telling me yesterday that, look, I think he came back from Dubai. He told me, to my face, he said, Mr. Ken, with what the kind of talent that you have and all that, and that he was just talking to me, that if you find your way abroad, you are going to understand what
you'll excel. I'm telling you.
He said, I went abroad for many years. I never prayed.
You'll excel.
He said, I never opened my eye to pray in the morning. I said, why? He said, what am I praying for? Everything government has provided it for me.
No, she should pray at least to thank God for giving.
He said the only time we pray is just on Sunday.
For giving him the opportunity.
But he said this one that we wake up in the morning and we are shouting and we are praying. He didn't even see it.
See, most people don't pray because they expect anything from God, but because God is God. You need to give thanks to him, even for waking up alive and healthy. It's enough reason for you to pray and say, thank you, God.
I agree. I concur.
Yeah.
I concur. But that is own opinion. Well, Mr. Shaibu, the newspaper review today, most of the headlines, we didn't really see much of politics.
Yeah, exactly.
We only saw them be very low.
Mostly dwells on the Jonathan and the consensus crisis in some states,
which was expected.
Exactly, what was initially expected. Yes, and then Jonathan's comeback is also featured in almost
just looming around it.
Exactly,
hovering around the air. Yeah. So let's see. And he said,
and gladly we haven't recorded any deaths due to insurgency or due to banditry. We just saw something communal. I think in which state? That was just it. So Alhamdulillah, we thank God for such.
All right, we thank God for such. And what a nice place to wrap it up on the newspaper review this morning.
So this contradicts the Senate President's statement that insurgency and banditry will end after 2027. We thank God because God is hearing our prayers and insurgency and banditry is decreasing by the day. Inshallah, before we reach 2027 election time, it might have been reduced to the barest minimum. That's our expectation.
That's our prayer and that's our expectation. Let's end it. That's a nice place to wrap it up on the newspaper review this morning. This is P&B Morning Show here in the city of Abuja. We'll be going on a short break, and when we return, we'll dive straight into the topic of the day. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this timeout. This is P&B Morning Show here in the city of Abuja, and we're going to dive straight into the first topic, I beg your pardon, of the day. My name is Tichidi Kenneth, and I have with me Mr. Ibrahim Shaibu. Mr. Ibrahim, now, as the preparations for the 2027 presidential election draws near, the nation's umpire, as the INEC chairman himself, has once again expressed concerns over the rising insecurity as a threat to the Commission's capability to organize, mark that word, a credible election come 2027. But before now, the federal government announced that campaigns may not happen in some northern states. It's precisely it. Am I correct? Citing the same rising insecurity as the reason for such. Now the question will be, didn't we have insecurity in the last 2023 elections? Could this be another way of undermining the voting in the areas where the opposition seems to have strongholds? Is government giving up on the fight on insecurity? Mr. Ibrahim, let's discuss.
Thank you very much, Mr. CK.
Insecurity will lead to threaten free and fair, credible polls come 2027. What's that name again? That name is so I find it very difficult to pronounce that name very well.
Which one?
The next chairman's name.
Amo Pitang.
So you see, is at it again.
A coin has two faces to it. I see this statement as the other side of a coin to a statement earlier recently made by the president himself that his enemies are trying to use insecurity to deny him his second term in office. He made this statement a couple of days ago. I think it's one of the...
Who made the statement?
The president. Is one of the headlines we read a couple of days ago in one of the national dailies. I think one or two national daily headlines. That his enemies are trying to use insecurity to deny him maybe his second term, something like that.
Bid.
Second term bid. So when you superimpose that statement to this, you can see that just they appear to be two sides of a coin, opposite sides of a coin. It's just
does that explain why before now that comments were being made that some states may not host campaigns?
That's where I'm headed.
States precisely.
That's where I'm headed.
And why they not?
That's where I'm headed. You see, the picture is becoming clearer. With the closer we move towards 2027 general election, the clearer the picture becomes that this competition is going to be one of the most fiercest political competitions we ever had in Nigeria. Because all the presidential candidates we have so far seen are adequately prepared and are adequately strong to give a fight to the incumbent presidency. And then
to give him the run for his money.
Exactly. And the structure, the shape keeps changing. There is no more uncertainty on the part of the ruling party that they are going to outrightly attain success in the election or at the polls. One, because they are sure that their policies have failed the citizens, and it is the citizens that are going to cast the vote, not the politicians themselves. Every politician has a maximum of 10 votes personally from him, maybe him and his family members. But the other ones are going to be cast.
So the hunger and the bad roads,
and the elected already are working.
Is going to be one to vote.
Exactly, and the elected are already working, waiting for the time to come for them
to express their civil responsibility.
Exactly, to display their civil responsibility and then to express their anger against the government that is responsible for their current plight. So the government is very much aware of it. That is why, and then again, you can see the strength of the opposition, especially the coalition. You can see the strength of the Peter Obi Konkoso team. You can see the strength of the Atiku Abubakar team, what is now called the articulated. You have the OK team, you have the articulated. You understand? And you can also see the new contender, the next fourth leg that has come in, that is beginning to show itself.
There's warming up.
There's warming up. That's President Jonathan. And Jonathan is a highly respected political figure in this country, and across the regions, he's loved by a great deal of Nigerians. Even people that were responsible for putting him out of office in 2027 are the same people that are now giving him an enormous amount of respect.
And now we're getting the action.
Exactly. Because recently he has been traveling all over the north. People loved him. People like him. People like to associate with him. I told you that even if myself now, if there's any person I can vote for among all the possible contenders, I told you that it may be Jonathan. So this is another force to reckon with. So because of all these things, all these pictures that are becoming clearer, the powers that be are now becoming uncertain of their fate. So they can apply whatever system, whatever measure they can take to ensure that they have recorded success. And one of it is that they started by saying, okay, now because of all these insecurity challenges, campaigns should not hold place in 6 states. And then coincidentally, all those 8 states, and coincidentally, all those states happen to be from north. And all those states happen to also to be the state that the opposition has a very strong hold on.
Okay, hold it there. That's what one of the questions and one of the arguments I want to make this morning. You know, yes, we understand the importance and the effects, negative effects insecurity can have in any sphere of life you can think of. Not just campaigns, not just elections, even business. You understand? But the question we want to ask is that how come insecurity is now becoming a tool or a reason not to conduct credible elections? And when we begin to wonder what happened in 2023 election, we had a very good election. And then we were still basking in the field of insecurity then. So what happened?
Exactly. So for me, there is a certain level that insecurity can reach onto that we can now, the government can now say, okay, it's impossible to hold elections in so state. But we haven't reached that level yet. The worst we had was in 2005 when Jonathan was contesting. Even in the midst of this high insecurity level, that was this time that in Kaduna, that is where I was at that time. In Kaduna, after every 3 to 400 meters, you may likely encounter a roadblock manned by army, not police, manned by army. In fact, the Muslims suffered more at that time because the Boko Haram are mostly Muslims. Even in the mosque, as we are praying, you will see tankers in the mosque. We have been surrounded by tankers all across the mosque on Friday mosque. If you are entering the mosque, you will be searched, whether you are holding a bomb or anything. I tell you, I gave you one. Okay, you are not. I was discussing with the discussion came up when one time with like that we were talking to see OJ. I told him that there was a time somebody just kept a leather bag, a plastic bag, on Friday. Nobody, everybody refused to sit down there. So one guy just sat down. Then somebody just was looking at that bag. He started running. Then everybody ran away. That was 2025, just before the election. Despite that crisis and tension that was happening, we conducted election. That was the election that voted out Jonathan.
Our results were announced.
Exactly. Our results were announced. Then 2023 too. Was there no insurgency? Was there no insecurity? But that did not stop Nigerians from going out to cast their votes. Then again, why will you say we are not going to conduct fair election because of insecurity? Whose responsibility is it naturally by constitution to ensure
that's another point.
Is it not your responsibility as government to ensure the safety of life and property of citizens so that they can go about conducting their lives normally?
Are you saying that the government has given up on insecurity?
They have failed.
The fight against insecurity?
They have failed. I'm telling you, they have failed. There's no way you can twist this discussion here. They have failed. It takes us more than 20 years, although this particular administration is not the one that's solely responsible for that, but successive administration, including this one, have failed in the war against insecurity. A situation whereby generals can be attacked and killed, not in the bush. They will follow to their bases, military bases.
Burn down the base.
Burn down the base. And that is what, every time I discuss this particular issue, you know, I'm hypertensive. My temperature, my BP has, normally rises up. Because I know the distance between where the military base was in Benishek and the Nigerian Air Force base in Maiduguri. Despite that closeness, in 5 minutes, a jet could have flown from Maiduguri, Nigerian Air Force base in Maiduguri Airport, to Benishek and counter that insurgency violence. But they did not. As a result of that, we lost a general. How many generals have we lost? In these 3 years of this present administration, generals, don't mention the other ranking rank and file. Don't even mention junior officers. Just concentrate on general. How many generals have we lost?
Even theater commanders.
Yes, theater commanders. How many have we lost? It's embarrassing. When you're losing generals, like a common person in a country, definitely that country must have failed in ensuring the fight against banditry and insecurity. And
that goes a long way to affect the morale of the soldiers. It goes a long way to affect the morals of the soldiers.
Exactly. It is pointless. Therefore, it's pointless for an election umpire to come and tell Nigerians that due to insecurity, the insecurity challenges in Nigeria is a threat to free, fair, and pulse. Because in the first place, it's the responsibility of government to ensure that the security is guaranteed for citizens to discharge their civil right.
So are you saying that it's not an excusable reason?
It's not an excusable reason. It's just, I tell you, and I'm repeating it again here, it's just a script, page by page script that is being unfolded to Nigeria.
To what end then?
Exactly.
To what end is that script?
Maybe the unseen hand. They are serving somebody's interest.
Is the script, is it aimed at, trying to rig election technically? Is it aimed at trying to undermine the process?
I'm always careful in using
I'm finding out
exactly
what end will all the, if look at before now we started seeing statements like election campaigns will not hold, and we're just looking at it like a mere talk. And
this
now
statement in
it has graduated into now coming out to make a policy statement that it is not going to threatens. Okay, we understand the negative impact insecurity can
be. Let me also predict the next page of this script.
Let me hear you.
This one is preparing our mind. Just like the previous statement about campaign not taking place in some states has prepared our mind to this particular statement. This particular statement is also preparing our mind to the fact that, okay, before now we told you that we have foreseen that security is going to be a threat. Therefore, you are now convinced that election is not going to take place in so and so states. This is the next page now. We have seen page 1.
You see that happening?
I see that. I tell you that this is the next thing that will happen. And then it's now happening. So you will see the third page now. And then there's even going to be the fourth page.
Nigerians may not accept that.
Of course, that is why I keep saying that.
I want to believe that Nigerians are going to resist it.
Honestly, when we keep talking, when we keep creating awareness, when we keep enlightening people, we as journalists, and also the political parties themselves, our opposition parties.
Yes.
They also should take the responsibility of enlightening Nigerians about certain policy assessments that have been taken by the election empire, even by the courts. Because recently some of the decisions passed out from the courts are also seems to be doubtful. Because nobody should take advantage of a government agency in promoting their personal cause and whims and caprices.
Okay, some theorists might also, or some Nigerians might come out to say, why northern states? Why this whole, because insecurity is everywhere. Some part of this west, south, we have insecurity.
To be fair, yes, to be fair, the north seems to be much more engulfed with insecurity issues as compared to the other regions of the country. There are insecurities, pocket of insecurities here and there, particularly in the southwest also, here and there. And then also in the eastern region, although that one is mostly not insurgency, not also banditry, but they have their own peculiar.
It has gone down drastically.
Exactly, it has gone down drastically. So the major,
no longer here.
The major area of concern is the north. But then, even in the north, it is not strong enough for you to deny us our civil responsibility and civil right of holding the election. And then there was a point I wanted to. Okay, you say why not? You say why not? Obviously, this administration was brought into power by all Nigerians. But we know that the strength of the success, the strength of the huge vote that was responsible for bringing the administration to power came from the north. And then the administration itself knew that it's no longer business as usual. Governors alone cannot determine how the votes can go. So whatever they can, they will have to make sure that some of these states do not have the chance to produce those votes they initially produced. It's just like saying, if I can get it, nobody can get it too. Nobody should get it too. Sure, understand?
Okay.
Because take, for example, the Northwest region. If the Northwest region, the total vote expected from the Northwest region, let's assume it's just 4 million, assumption. I am assuring you, of this 4 million, Atiku alone can be able to take 2 million, Northwest. Atiku alone. Then followed by him. You'll be surprised who will take the largest chunk. It's Peter Obi.
Okay.
Then if Peter Obi can have at least 1 million of that remaining 2 million, then assume the kind of result Peter Obi can achieve in Southeast. Then Lagos and Abuja. Because in the previous election, he has beaten the incumbent in Lagos, has beaten the incumbent in Abuja. Consider the number of youth followership Obi has. Except if, like we discussed behind scene, the youth still do not have their PVC. Because this is the weakness of the Nigerian youth. They have the power, but they are lazy.
There is a possibility that there will be another voter registration before the next election.
I think it was arranged. It was stated by the INEC chairman a few days ago. Yes. See, let me tell you something. I have a 32-year-old boy. I have a 27-year-old daughter who is married now. If you see the kind of energy I put into making sure, in fact, at a certain point, I have to my son, I have to disallow him from going out of my house until he assured me he's going to get his PVC. It took me more than a year before I forced this boy to acquire his PVC. So you can see how lazy they are. And this is what he's a graduate. I tell him, look, you don't even know your right as a graduate. At 32, you don't even know the importance of the PVC for to yourself, not to me, as a Nigerian. Very soon you'll find yourself in a situation whereby something may be denied to you simply because you do not have a voter's card. I
have a PVC. Exactly. My wife has a PVC.
Yes.
My sister-in-law has a PVC. My house alone is 3 PVCs.
I'm trying to tell you how lazy the youth can be.
And my first daughter will likely is going to...
All this followership for Peter Obi, you may be disappointed to see that maybe it's just about 50% of them that already have their PVC in their hand. And then how can you help your principal if you don't have what it takes for you to use to bring him into power? Okay. So these are the issues, because the North has a lot of work to give despite the security, despite the insecurity. It is because they knew that despite the insecurity, Northerners are very stubborn people. They will come out and vote. So the only way you can protect them from voting is to say that this insecurity is a threat, therefore we cannot hold election in those states. This is just the second page. Here they are not saying that election is not going to take place. They are just preferring our mind. They are telling us that
it will not be free and fair.
It will not be free and fair because this insecurity situation will not be a threat to it. Then they will not establish themselves on page 3 that, gentlemen, guys, is not even going to hold. And then again, I told you, I predict that from that 8 states, they will likely increase it to maybe 10 or 12 states. So in a region that has 19 states, they will not simply walk up, take a very strong coffee and say, declare 18 states incapable of holding election. Only remain 7 states. And then those 7 states may likely be states that the incumbent has strong followership. This is the
okay. Now let's look at the state. Let's look at the umpire himself, the INEC chairman who made that statement. Some may argue that is he in his place to make that kind of statement? His job is to prepare for the elections and then get is for the security agencies to make that kind of statement.
Yeah, of course.
Some were like, why? What's his business? You know, we've heard him make statements like trying to interpret court orders at some point, and Nigerians kicked against it. Now here we again coming to make statement about insecurity, and some people are like, it's not in your place to talk about insecurity.
No, by the mandate they sought on him. To be fair,
I'm not talking about some conspiracy theory there.
He is in a position to make this statement. Anything and everything that involves election, he has the authority. He is mandated to talk about it. If he feels, if the situation is really true, if he has carried out his research and then it's confirmed to be true, that please, if we call this election in this place is going to be precarious, the constitution allows him to spell it out early in time. But the essence of making the statement is for the government to do the needful and improve the situation.
And not to give up.
Yeah, exactly, not to give up. Exactly, because you can't, to be fair, you cannot hold an election in a place that is very, very violent. So if you know, what you should have done is to identify those areas. Let's say
those flashpoints.
If it is Borno, for example. If it is
Yes.
okay, in Borno, Kondaga, Bama, Goza, these areas are flashpoints. Submit your report to the government. Do you understand? Then the government will now do the needful. The government will ensure that security has been entrenched in those places before the election. That is the essence of it. It is within his power to make that statement, and the statement should have meant to prepare the government to do the needful. You can just not tell Nigerians that no, it is going to be a threat, therefore we will not hold election. Who are you to tell us that? You are there serving us. Yes, you are our servant. That's why we call them civil servant. Everybody that's holding any political office, not only political office, any public office, is a servant to the citizen, not the other way around. But in Nigeria, we seem to forget our right. We assume we are serving them. They are supposed to be serving us. That's why they are called civil servants. By money, they are supposed to be working for us.
I said that to a policeman one day.
Yes.
And he became so angry.
Why should he? Then he's
a civil servant.
An unenlightened, angry policeman. That is it. So, Mr. Amupitan, Professor Amupitan, we thank you for this statement, but present your statement to the presidency, let them do the needful. Nobody can stop Nigerians from exercising their civil right. It is now left for you to ensure that there's a very clear environment, peaceful environment, enough security for Nigerians to decide their civil right. That is just what I'm going to say.
Okay.
In this regard.
Okay, that is what you're going to say in this regard. Okay, now I want to look at this issue from another angle now. And what is that angle? The election is fast drawing closer. You know, you always make it, you make a lot of issues about timing. You know, before the emergence of Ahmed Piton as the IMEC chairman, he is also a citizen of this country. He knows what is going on. And then now he's been made the INEC chairman, and he's preparing for elections 2027. Now, what we begin to wonder, why is it that this issue of insecurity was not brought forth, was not part of the considerations that was made ab initio before now? Because now we have barely 6 months to 7 months to election. Why is it that you see any issue with timing? The statement, is it coming early? Because 6 months from now to January, I don't think the government can do, I don't know, that's my opinion, the government can do anything meaningful to curtail the level of insecurity in Nigeria. something that has not been tackled for 14 years or thereabout.
Exactly.
And then somebody's coming to make that comment 6 months or barely 7 months to the election. And vis-a-vis other issues that are bedeviling the country. Like we have a lot of court cases lingering everywhere. Some political parties, like we saw in the headlines today, are yet to find their footings. Why APC is cruising, even though they are still nursing a lot of
small internal fracture
so
within them.
Do you see the statement? Is it timely?
Yes, because every script is sequential. Every script is time bound. Do you understand? If they had unraveled this script earlier than now, it wouldn't have served their purpose, whatever that purpose will be, and whoever is sponsoring that script. So everything is a timing issue. When you have
so it's deliberate to bring it up towards the end of
even something as simple as a movie script is subjected to timing. So this is the right time for them to do all these things. You understand? But obviously, insecurity in itself is something that is relative. Now that they are bringing up this issue, the best thing to have done is this. For the government, he shouldn't even announce this. He should have written it. He should have write a letter informing government and security agencies that this is my observation. For us to record success in this election, we have to ensure that
exactly what I'm trying to say.
Exactly, it's not the whole of Borno that is engulfed in insecurity. I was
of the opinion that probably after he should make it in form of an observation to the government, and then the military can come out and make a statement.
Yes,
to that effect.
Not only the military, even other security agencies, because some of these crises must not necessarily be handled by the military. In fact, they are better supposed to be handled by those who are closer to the civilian, which is the Nigerian police, then along with civil defense, and then there's other state security facilities, security operatives.
Okay.
And then it's not too late. We have at least 6 months before this. It's not too late for you to organize security fittings for these places. Because like I said, it's not the whole of a particular state that is involved in security. It must have been certain key areas. Do you understand?
But somebody came out and said drones are available to,
the drone that we hear are available are drone to monitor election process.
So what is that? What process are you going to monitor? When you have a drone to monitor the process, and then they are coming again to say the process is being
under threat by insecurity.
So where do you stand?
You are contradicting. It's like you're contradicting yourself, and then you are even already prepared. You have already 4 months ago. Now, the amount of money have been allocated.
Look at these 3 statements. There's a drone to monitor the election. This agency will disappear
in 2027
after the election. Now, the same 2027 election is threatened.
Exactly.
Okay, which one do we stand?
And then again, my enemies are bent against using insecurity to deny me a second time bid. All these are parts of the book.
Are they adding up?
They are adding up, of course. The influence of some external hand, unseen hand. I always try to refrain from mentioning the unseen hand because don't even ask me because I already told you that I cannot see them.
The unseen hand?
Yes, there is an unseen hand. Not hands. It's a hand.
A single hand?
It's a single hand. They have one goat in India, a feminine goat that has several hands like that.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so that unseen hand is a very powerful hand, I guess.
Mr. Brian, the unseen hands, we hope to see that unseen hand very soon, and let's see what
it will become clearer as we go closer.
Okay. And our prayer is that as we get closer to 2027 election,
yes,
we hope to see that this issue, this panic, and that is in the air now, because I call it electionary panic.
Exactly.
Because we are started with the INEC chairman is already shouting, crying and saying that, oh.
And don't forget, his credibility is already under question mark. So many politicians, so many Nigerians have already made statement to the effect that they do not trust this particular person to run the election.
And nothing is just done.
And nothing has been done about it. The government hasn't come out to say anything about it.
And even the commissioners that allegedly were given gratification.
Nobody said anything about us. So for me personally, like I always say, and I will keep saying it, I do not trust Professor Amupitan can handle this election honorably, honestly, and truthfully, without being biased.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Brian. That is the best place we can leave it for now. He said, Mr. Amepiton, that is the INEC chairman, does not have the capacity,
honestly,
to conduct a free and credible election. That expressing fears is okay, because the military is there, and again, that the government is also there to ensure that those flashpoints are sorted out before the elections.
Exactly.
But rather, we are seeing something that allegedly looked like a script. At some point, it started with campaigns holding there. Now it is a threat to what?
Security. Threat to an election, fair election.
Okay, we see how that plays out. It's politics season, and drama everywhere. Statements, calculations, permutations, antics, and all what not. All forms of happenings. All of them is geared towards one thing: grabbing what? Power. Okay, that is where we are going to wrap it up here today on the first topic here in P&B Morning Show in the city of Abuja. I'm right back. All right, welcome back. This is P&B Morning Show here in the city of Abuja, and I still remain in the studio, Kenneth Chidi, and Mr. Brian Shaibu is still with me. Mr. Brian Shaibu. Before we went on break, we tried to, look at the whole, the rationale behind the statement credited to the INEC chairman, stating the fears of what could, thwart or possible affect free and fair and credible elections.
In some places,
citing insecurity. And we have also looked at the issue of insecurity as something that has lingered for long. So why now? Why using the same insecurity? Is it that government has failed in the bid or fight or attempt to?
Which I've answered that.
Yes. So we looked at all those issues because Nigerians need to know. We had elections right from 2015 to 2023. We've been having elections.
Exactly.
And the insecurity has been there. Even more, some might even argue that even worse than now.
Worse than now. Particularly that of 2015.
Okay.
2015 was when there was a...
And results were announced.
Exactly. Results were announced. And the most respected, honorable gentleman accepted the outcome of the election result. And then went home. And that is more reason why he's highly respected today.
You mean the president of President Jonathan? Okay, and that brings us to
the new darling of the North.
Oh, the new darling of the North. the same North that kicked him off.
Yes, that is why I said there's no permanent friend in politics, and there's also no permanent enemy.
Now the new darling of the North. What a twist!
Right, it's politics now. It's politics now. Okay, that's why so many people wouldn't want to see him on the ballot. I'm telling you. He's bringing a new dimension entirely to the whole political drama around.
I'm talking about the drama of 2027 elections are taking another tone.
I thought about writing a book honestly speaking, about this 2027 election.
But before you write the book, let me finish what I'm saying. Just when we thought we have had it to the peak, we are seeing a very interesting twist of events.
A new development.
The statement credited to former President Goodluck Jonathan when he was recently approached by some group of young Nigerians to run for the 2027 presidential elections. This issue has sparked up widespread concerns and arguments. And after much engagement with them, the President Goodluck Jonathan himself ended up with, a rather hanging conclusion. When I mean hanging, is either white or black, saying that I am consulting widely. Although some Nigerians are wondering why now, and some are also wondering, could this be another political antics? Another people are saying, what could be the reason why he is consulting widely? Because he has been consulting for almost 5 years now.
Exactly.
So what do you think, Ibrahim Shaibu?
Yeah, what I think is the highly respected former president, Mr. Goodluck Jonathan, as a Nigerian, has every right to come out to contest again, because the Constitution only allows 2 terms of 4 years each term for every person to rule Nigeria.
That's to contest.
To contest. To contest. He contested once and he won. He came out second time to contest, but he did not win. Which means the one that he won and spent that 4 years is his first tenure. He ruled Nigeria for 5 years, but of that, is it 5 or 7 years?
5.
5 years. 5 years. The other 1 year is a term that he completed on behalf of the of his principal, the late Eradua. So if
which gave rise to the next doctrine of necessity.
If the president saw fit,
yes,
and feels that yes, I'm interested in running for the office of the president for a second time, I think it is within his civil right to come out and contest. But the question is, why is it now raising concern and excitement? A concern in some areas and then anxiety in others, and anxiety in others. It's because it is happening now. Initially, he has on several occasions has been contacted by Nigerians to come out and contest again, but he kept saying that he was consulting, and nobody was raising it. It was not an issue then, but now, because of the high tension in the political atmosphere, there is already the whole scenario is already intriguing. It is full of tension. It is full of excitement. That is why him coming to announce his intentions now make eyebrows to raise.
But you see, mind you, a group of young men went to visit him in his Abuja residence, and they've been talking to him, trying to mount pressure on him to contest. Could it be that the reason why these young men are going after him is because he did well during his time as president?
Yes, he did. Of course, nobody says, but the only problem that Jonathan had at that time was this Boko Haram insurgency. That is why this is the only thing that aggrieved people from the northern part of this country. They felt maybe he's not putting enough to fight against the Boko Haram. But after him, the successive president also
could not tackle the same
issue. So you have no choice than to forgive him, especially when you consider that he has performed excellently well in some other quarters. Let me tell you something. Northerners have been ruling this country for some time. Nobody thought it wise to modernize the Almajiri system. It only took a Jonathan, somebody from the south, somebody who was
build schools for 9 million.
Exactly. Ordinary shouldn't have been
Almajiris.
Yes. He tried to modernize this thing, and he started with Sokoto, a very beautiful edifice. You understand? Then during his time, how much are we buying fuel? I think it's about 100 and something. There was no
114 naira.
Exactly. How much do we use to buy a bag of rice?
7,000 naira.
7,000 to 8,000. Apart from that issue of Boko Haram, you can hardly fault the government of most respected gentleman, Goodluck Jonathan.
And he said, my ambition is not worth the blood of any Nigerian.
Exactly.
He considered to defeat
this is a highly respectable gentleman.
So you are saying
Jonathan is not the kind of person that will come and tell you that he's stubborn enough. You are not the kind of person that you can vote him out and will say,
somebody came and said he's stubborn.
Let's proceed with our discussion. This is the kind of person that you can vote out and he will honorably say, I accept this result and walk out.
Gently.
Very fine gentleman, I'm telling you. So this is not the first time that youth have been consulting him to come and contest. There was several times he went to some northern state and the youth would say, please come out, we are ready for you. Particularly in the north, several times. And that's what he's always been saying. No, I'm consulting, no, give me time. Even now, he's not telling you that I'm contesting. What he said now is that he is consulting.
Could it be that his consultation was dependent on the decision of the court today? Probably wants to understand the direction of the court.
Exactly.
Because today we understand that the court is going to rule on his eligibility to contest. Because mind you, he's been sworn in twice. Some people have the argument that swearing in is swearing in. Whether it is swearing as a result of doctrine of necessity.
The constitutional provision of 2 terms is also there.
Yes. He has also done 2 terms by way of swearing in.
No.
I'm talking.
Term is different from swearing in. What we are going to find out from the statement of this, from the
difference between intent and then swearing in.
Because that has been the subject of discussion before now it actually faded out. Do you understand? But if you understand the language very well, which one carries more weight between term and swearing in?
It's term.
Exactly. So he did only one term.
Okay, now let's look at it this way. If the court decides to, the ruling decides to favor him to go ahead and contest.
Exactly.
Do you see him coming to contest?
Wow, that would have been, that's why I said I
No,
wanted to write a book. I see him coming to contest, honestly, because he knows that he's loved by Nigerians. And he knows that there are problems in Nigeria that needs solution.
And he's been there.
That needs solution.
And he's been there for 5 years.
He has been there for 5 years.
So
he knows what it takes to make changes. Do you understand? What matters to Nigerians is, if you are a politician, you test the waters and see, well, if I come out now, will people love me? Will people respect me? Will people go after me? He has already known this. Jonathan is one person that he has followership across the regions. You understand? In the Southwest, Jonathan has
good luck, Jonathan.
Exactly. Exactly. I, for one, I'm assuring you, I can easily go and vote for Jonathan. And there are so millions, tens of millions of people from the
world that will gladly go out to vote for him. The first wife is now being respected than the second wife. Eh? The first wife.
Now, I understand why you're going. That's just it. Of course, yes.
You know, there's a proverb in the Southwest that the cane that was used to flog the first wife is being kept for the second wife.
For two reasons.
But you see,
Jonathan's case, if he's coming to contest, it's for two reasons I'm going to support him.
Okay.
One, you see, if we are to consider how many years did the South rule from 1979 to today, and how many years did the North rule, you will gladly say that the system is not in favor of the North. Because the North from 1979 to today did not only rule for 10 years, but the South ruled for 18 years, a difference of almost a decade.
Okay.
If you consider this, it is most people, and this is what they are considering, and that's why they are saying, no, Atiku Abubakar has every right to contest, power should come back to the North. Do you understand? I said two. But for me, because I don't like a situation whereby the system will be distorted. If there's a credible candidate like Jonathan, I wouldn't mind, because I want the system to continue for 8 years for every region. Do you understand? I will gladly go for Jonathan.
Okay, another issue that I'm going to look at, this Jonathan saga, is that could it be seen as another political antics and political calculations?
If it is, we are used to politicians hitting our head together, hitting head. Of course, I told you that if you are looking for most hypocritic, lying politicians, a lot of them are Nigerians. Many Nigerian politicians have those qualities in them. I will not be surprised, but I will be disappointed, particularly when a gentleman like him is involved.
But I'm disappointed if it turns out to be a political game.
Exactly.
Not real reality.
No reality. I will be very, very much disappointed.
What if he refuses to run?
I will also be disappointed.
So in other words, you want him to run?
I want him to run.
Okay, Mr.
I don't know why you want me to keep saying this, because all my body language, all my previous statements have clearly indicated that. And I gave you my reasons. It's not that I'm just speaking without giving you reasons.
No, I'm trying to filter more points from you to see why. Now let's go to the court ruling. There's a lot of technicalities in that matter.
There are, and unfortunately, neither of us is a lawyer.
Yes,
that's why we cannot actually digest this issue as much as we want.
But let's try as much as we can. We are not lawyers,
okay?
But let's see how we can dissect it. Now,
but you guys should know that whatever our decision could seem like, we are just discussing as Nigerians, as ordinary Nigerians, not as professionals,
not as lawyers.
Particularly for me, it's my candid opinion. Most of it will be my candid opinion or my wishes.
Yes, I quite agree with you. Doctrine of necessity, death came upon a sitting president, and of course, constitutionally, the vice president was sworn in.
Exactly.
To complete a particular fellow. And then he went into election properly, contested and won, and was sworn in again as the president. Now, there's a lot of controversy everywhere and conspiracy theory over that matter that borders on his eligibility to contest. Now here we are today, his fate will be decided. What do you think?
So for me, there shouldn't have been controversy in the first place, simply because they took his principal, the former President Yar'Adua, and then he was sworn in to continue the tenure of the previous, of the late president. In the first place, it was the constitution that provided that once a president died, the vice president should be sworn in. It is a constitutional provision. Do you understand? Because the constitution says that the vice should be sworn in. That has already nullified the fact that he was sworn in. So it shouldn't take the position.
So that was sacrosanct.
It was sacrosanct. It shouldn't take the place of that. It shouldn't replace the constitutional requirement of a Nigerian should only be entitled to 2 terms. That first swearing in that he was sworn in, he was serving somebody else's term, not his own term. Are you getting the idea?
Yes.
But the second time he contested, that was his first term. So he should be sworn in again to continue his own particular private mandate.
But at the end of the day, if he comes out now and contests and then wins, that will be 9 years.
I don't understand.
It
should be 9 years. I told you the other year, it wasn't his.
With that, without alter the same political calendar we are trying to avoid?
Yeah, no, why?
I'm just thinking aloud.
I'm not distorting any political calendar. He's just coming here. The only thing that should affect is the chances of a northern candidacy.
No, if he comes back now, he probably is going to do. I think the North might even be more comfortable with him coming.
Yes, because he'll do only 1 term.
And then power goes back to the South.
Exactly. I read a report. I don't know. I can't be sure of the genuineness of the report that says he even said that even if he made up his mind to contest, he will only contest for a single term. That's why the constitution.
It's not within his power to make that come because it is already casted on.
Exactly.
It's casted in the provision of the constitution that he is only entitled to 1 more term. He has done 1 more term. So if he's coming back now, at best 1 term.
So I don't think it will.
So the North might be probably comfortable with him because unlike one other candidate that said he's ready to put it on pen and paper, that he's not going to do 1 term. But this one, he doesn't need to put it on pen and paper.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
It's there.
It's there because I've already done. Like in the case of my elder brother Peter Abi, for example, now you can decide to say, okay, I said I will do 1 term more, but no, the constitution does not say that. The constitution only says that I am entitled to run.
The people are yearning for more.
Exactly, the people are yearning for more. Do you understand? So that's why I said the only distortion, the only calendar distortion that the emergence of Jonathan can affect is the southern part of this country. Do you understand? But for the North, it is still the same. If it is to Tinubu or if it is Jonathan. Tinubu has only 1 term remaining, and Jonathan is gunning for 1 term at least if he had decided that he will run. But for Obi, he has option. Just like Jonathan did. You can say, no, this is not constitutional. Nobody can deny me my second chance. That's what Jonathan did now, and he failed. You understand? That gentlemanly agreement, although people like me want to maintain it, but we know that some people will just deceive us and say, yes, I agree, and later they will now turn their back against it. That's why I said that arrangement did not favor the North.
If Jonathan is
if Jonathan, or either Jonathan or Obi, run for another 8 years, it will mean now that the South has ruled Nigeria for 18 plus 4, 19, 20, 21, 22 years, while the North only rule for 10 years. And this is very, very unfair to the North. That is why many Northerners are of the view that this time around power should come, because they don't, to be honest with you, let me be frank with you, people do not trust, they do not trust. They may love Obi, but they don't trust him politically. They may love him, particularly even the youth that are getting that we need a fresher person, we need Obi. They are underneath discussing this.
Let's come to this. Let's come to that. Nigeria has gotten to a stage where a northerner have been tested, insecurity did not go. A southerner have been tested, insecurity did not go. A northerner have been tested, poverty did not go. It became worse. Is it not time we come together and then throw away this whole thing and then look at somebody that may likely, because the truth about it is that I may not know you 100%, but there are signs I can see in you that will make me trust you.
Exactly.
One of them is history. Let's lay aside this whole thing of, because this hunger and fuel right now, it does not know who is another now. The 1,450 naira per liter, some filling stations are selling, of 1,004, does not know who is an Igbo man. It's Adana.
Exactly.
I don't know if anybody has visited any fuel station and they will tell him, are you from the south?
Exactly.
Okay, no, give him for 1,000. Okay, you are from... Even the owners of the Dangote is the owner of the refinery
himself.
He's from the north.
Exactly.
Why didn't he tell his trailers, tankers to go to the north and supply fuel at 500 naira?
Isa. It's impossible. It's like, you see, poverty.
In fact, even the tankers that are going far into the north,
all these things
they don't say higher than the ones that are closer to the refineries.
Do not identify with tribe or religion, my brother.
So we should lay aside those things. And then, why am I saying this? You know, Jonathan was kicked out of power, allegedly, you know, the way, in a very, and now is now one of the sweetest bride. I want us to learn lessons from those.
The darling of the north. Let me say it again.
The darling of the north.
Exactly.
We should learn lessons from that.
Yes.
Because some people kicked him out not based on the northern calculation, but based on religion, all kinds of propaganda. Now he's the darling. I know of a northern man who I took as a father. He told me he's going to vote PWE. And I asked him why. He said because a man that up till now, ICPC, EFCC, all the integrity cannot invite him. Not even a letter to say, come. So time, where did this 1 naira go? He said for that reason alone, that he's going to vote him. That is his, I'm coming. That is his, he's a Muslim. And that he's not going to vote somebody that he knows that stole government money. He knows that, and he's a genuine Muslim. And now at his age, he made a comment that I'm closer to my grave. How will I see a thief?
See, you don't be simplistic.
I'm coming.
I will shock you.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
Okay.
I'm telling you the opinion of
Nigeria.
a senior citizen. He sat me down. He's over 70. He said, let me be very honest to myself. Very soon I'll go and meet my creator. That if I know that this man is a thief and I vote him, me that voted him is also a thief. Because I'm encouraging it. That after all, when it comes to crime, that if the man that stole the phone, the person that bought the phone bears more brunt than the person that stole the phone. That the law punishes the buyer of the stolen goods than even the person that stole the goods. He gave those examples to me. He said, let's be very honest with ourselves that we have gotten to a level where we have to do the right thing. Now, the issue of trust. People did not give Jonathan the benefit of that doubt. And today, like you said, is in bride. I wish him well and I pray he comes. Because the truth about it is like if Jonathan comes back, he is going to gather a lot of momentum.
He will.
He will, because now
he will tilt he will shake the balance.
I voted. Some of us rooted heavily for the then President Muhammad Buhari because of the history we had about him.
Exactly.
Discipline. And when we got there after a while, some people in his cabinet told outrageously crazy that even to today we are trying to. Is it not then that we are hearing 210 trillion naira unaccounted for NNPC?
You see, when you talk about somebody who has been trusted,
so we should lay aside all these things. Let's lay aside all this tribal, religious. It's not helping anybody. If we are going to vote any candidate, I'm happy. I'm seeing you. If we are going to vote anybody, I read something on the internet today. A book. Somebody wrote on the book. I don't know if the book has been published, but I saw it like a book design. How to eat campaign money and vote your conscience and vote wisely.
Exactly.
It's a book.
Exactly.
The design, but I don't know if it has been published. And I say if I see that book, I'm going to buy it.
I think I made a summary of this in one of we have a WhatsApp group. I made a summary of that statement of that book.
Yes.
Because I just saw a video being circulated with the 25 kilogram of rice with the president.
And they are showing to present your PVC.
PVC. Eh?
Yes.
Then they will give you a bag. I just make a comment because it's a group board. I said, me, I go collect that more and I'll go and vote my choice.
Somebody will put his picture on a bag of rice,
and everybody was
and people will be showing PVC to collect rice.
You see,
if you eat that 25 kg rice,
you have eaten your rights, you have eaten your privileges, you have eaten your humanity. That is, if you take it and you eat it and go and vote the candidate that will not ensure your well-being. See, you see, all those people that are going to contest in this particular election in 2027, the one that are already clearly known, the incumbent himself, Atiku Abubakar, Peter Obi, and most likely your Goodluck Jonathan. Each one of them have a capacity.
Atiku is even a man to beat in this election.
Yes.
No, he's a man to beat.
To make a statement. You
know why I say so? No, let me help you there. Atiku has his own very strong side.
Strong structure.
Well, no, not structure.
Okay, side. Let's go by your.
Because a man who defected to NDC and in 48 hours got 10 million and has structure.
Exactly.
When we talk about it, it's not like some governors cannot get 1 million votes, and somebody is having 10 million followers. So let's leave that structure. The issue there is, I like Atiku for one thing. Atiku has something going for him. He's a liberal Nigerian, very liberal, and as the one who headed the economic team under President Obasanjo, he did credibly well. He did credibly well in terms of economic. In the economy, he did well.
And it's a very grassroots politician.
It's just that, yes, grassroots politician. It's just that some theories and some people might say, like he said it himself, that there's nothing wrong in making my friends rich. That he's going to sell some of the government assets. He made that comment. And again, there's a comment credited to him. I don't know a video that when he said that is that has to do with ethnicity.
He said what?
I've forgotten that video. When he went to pay the visit one of the rulers in, I think it's in Kaduna, I can't remember it clearly. I can't. Let me try. I don't mislead people. But he made comment. He has made comment that shows that also he can be a little bit of a bigot.
So, all politicians.
No, I'm coming. Yes, I'm coming. I'm analyzing all of them.
Exactly.
So now, what am I saying this? Why am I saying all this? It's time for us as Nigerians to come together and then put all the candidates on the table, analyze them one by one.
When you say this, it appears to me as if you are going to one particular direction.
No, all the candidates.
All these candidates, at one time or the other, they have made a slip. Their tongues have slipped by mistake, and they have always regretted their wordings. I agree. Atiku at one time said that he had made a statement to the effect that it will seem to display him as a tribal bigot. Do you understand? Peter Obi did so. He called Nigeria that Christians take your country. Father, pray for me. Tell our people to vote for us. It's now a competition between us and them. That also can be termed as something. Do you understand? So all of these candidates have at one time or the other made statement to the effect that it can show them to the public as if they are having this symbol on them. But you can't blame them. They are human beings. They may not have meant it when they said it, but at that time they said it to achieve certain things from the people they are addressing. They were addressing. This is politics for you. I told you they are hypocrites. They are liars. Most of them are.
What did I tell you?
So wait a minute.
I said it is time for all of us to put all the candidates on the table. But you now said I'm cheating towards one place.
That is what you are doing now.
No,
that is what
I analyzed all of them one after the other. Now you are bringing. I am trying to tell you that the same Jonathan, nobody saw the good in him. And excuse me. And everybody told up the school, I'm coming. Everybody, I'm saying it because we should learn our lessons.
We should. We should have.
People pick stones. You said it is the new bride of the north now.
That is what I wanted to say.
The same north picked the stone and said, "Get out."
But the same northerner now is telling you that I would rather put my first bride and go to
wait, and someone not what at you. We should stop now. We should now. This is the opportunity for everybody to lay aside his differences and let's make the right choice.
I've already started because I told you that wallahi, if Jonathan is going to contest, I will not vote Atiku. I said it here. You jokingly told me that. So now you are putting you are now taking the Amadgida and leaving the Amadgida. I said yes. Yes, I and Atiku, apart from sharing the same religion, apart from all being northerners, we come from the same region, northeast. But despite that, honestly,
if Jonathan comes out,
I will vote Jonathan. Because I put them on the plate.
Let me say it clear.
I put it.
I don't have a candidate.
I consider them, and I see where Jonathan can perform better.
Let me be very honest with you.
And they are seen to be both great.
Let me be very honest with you.
Yes.
Let me be very honest with you.
Yes.
If El-Rufai was in the ballot, I will not just vote him. I will campaign for him.
Even me. That is so that we are now making.
No, listen to me.
We are not making assessment.
Do you know something?
Qualities.
Let me tell you something.
Personalities.
Let me describe the Southeasterners for you people who don't know. I am a Southeasterner.
I know. Even before without saying.
If you think the Southeasterners following Peter Obi because he's an Igbo man, you are lying. Go. I can call 2 Southeastern former governors that one is in the Senate, one is a serving minister. I don't want to call anybody's name. If they present themselves as a candidate, no vote will come out from the Southeast.
I don't get what you're trying to say.
I said we have 2 Southeastern politicians.
One from the Senate.
One is a senator now. One is a current minister now.
Okay.
I can assure you, if any of them comes out for president, they will not get 1 vote from the Southeast.
Okay. I understand now.
I am telling you, the Southeasterners, they will not. They are listening to me. They know what I'm saying. I'm saying it as a journalist. I'm also saying it as a Southeasterner. Quote me anywhere. One is a senator. One currently is a minister. If any of them print poster tomorrow and said, coming up for president, wallahi, no Southeasterner will vote for them. Not even a vote.
So now, let me now become pragmatic person.
If you give me today El-Rufai on the ballot,
yes,
I have seen somebody look at El-Rufai and said, I will never. I saw what El-Rufai did as minister. And he still remains one of the best minister FCT has ever produced.
Exactly.
I don't know other conspiracy theory against him, that he's a religious bigot or whatever, allegedly.
Mostly coming from his state.
Yes, from his state.
Yes.
I don't know how true, I don't have facts. But I love him as a person. So what am I trying to tell you? I don't have a candidate for now. I don't. But I'm going to, I keep saying, those who are close to me will always hear me say this, that my decision on who I'm going to be on his side will be from November.
Well, I'm a Nigerian. No, I have choice. I have my civil.
That's the best place to wrap it up, Mr.
I have my civil rights, and I already have my 2 candidates. So it depends. If both of them are coming, I know who I will vote for. If only one is coming, I already made my decision.
Okay, that is your own.
Definitely not the incumbent.
Yeah. All right, what a place to wrap it up on the second topic today. So sorry, we have to stretch it a bit because the argument was getting heated up at some point, and we just have to trash it. Exactly. But then the discussion continue. Okay, that'll be all for the news, for the topics today. We are going to, go on a short break, and when we return, we dive straight into what is trending by Josephine Ferry. I call her Josephine White. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this time.
I said it to stop using that white. Yeah.
Welcome back once again. This is PMB Morning Show, and then because of one time, we are diving straight into the next segment of the morning show, which is what is trending by Josephine Ferry. I call her Josephine White. Good morning, Josephine.
Good morning. Good morning, sir. You're all looking. It's Friday, of course.
Of course.
Because it's Friday.
It's traditional.
Yeah,
yes. The only difference is that my cap is
it's more of a royal.
Odogu Parara. Don't miss that.
Of course, that's it. All right.
Think about.
Good morning, our viewers. Of course, it is what's trending this morning, and as usual, we bring to you stories, things that is happening on social media. We picked the interesting ones, of course.
Of course, it should be interesting.
Yes, it's some.
That is why it's called trending.
So, a video is circulating online about Wiki on it during the media party. We picked that video. Why are you giving me that? Are you expecting anything?
Because everything you say is very, very interesting and exciting.
No.
Why would I look at?
So let's see what.
See me see local trouble.
Well, let's see what Wiki has to say on this time around. Let's have the video.
Is it wicked? You never.
Of course.
You never.
But also, let me, please, if I could just land on
I don't like what you say. Somebody using his private money. Whenever he gets it, not my business. That's not public funds.
No, my question is about what you are doing for average Nigerians.
Hold on.
And I want to draw your attention.
Hold on.
1 second.
No, hold on. Hold on. Let me say, hold on. You cannot say what you're saying. Have you seen the list of those who have downloaded land? What are you talking about? Is it because this one came to the public? Do you know how many people who work in China that have land? I put it to tax now. The land that you build channels is public land, but it's given to as a private investment. You're making money out of the public property. Did you buy it? No.
Is it free property?
It was allocated to you. You didn't buy. You didn't buy. I have the authority to say so. Why are we talking about this? Did you buy the land?
Don't go there.
Hold on. No, hold on.
Don't go there,
put
sir,
this.
please.
I sat as a minister. The land was given to you by government, but allocated to you by government. As I came as a minister, I know how I rectify so many. Was it not correct?
Yeah, the same could apply
Hold on.
in so many cases.
Hold on. You're not quarreling. But that land was given to you today. It's an investment you have made. You are making money out of it. You will not say I'm not making money out of it.
And the government is benefited from our business as well.
We're paying you. You came now to interview me. Is it free? Am I not going to pay for a live interview? It's not free. So what are we benefiting? I pay.
Speaking of land,
Let me tell you. Hold on.
Say this.
You know why I have to say this?
Yes.
Because you raised it. See, when we talk about, because you've had ambassadors. There are so many rich Nigerians. Let me look at me. Look at me. Because if you didn't bring it now, we would have come to this place. You have not made me to let Nigerians know. The people are thinking.
This is not new.
Of course. That's Wiki, always roasting journalists. You know him and journalists. He loves the journalists. Of
Roasting
course, he always calls for the media party. But of course,
Have you seen it? Is it because he came out in public place?
Well, and then it was,
Look. You don't have the right to say that. I have authority to say that.
But come on, it was a straightforward question. Since being the minister, what have the common man benefited from you? It's a straightforward question.
That requires straightforward answer.
Answer.
Yes, they benefited from me from A, B, C,
See,
D.
and-
Look. All of you stop saying this.
Because
You
I
see,
did not even
you know, in government, in your neighbor.
No.
I don't know.
See, the thing is, Wiki, to me,
Who can always nyendeba? Do you know what nyendeba means?
I don't know. What does
Oh,
it
well, that is why I'm saying the nyendeba. You see, when you ask him straightforward question, he's going to nyendeba and nyendeba. That
It
is.
sounds like I'm going to corner you.
No, I will give you and give here. Go on.
Let's
All of
have
you,
this point.
you want to
Let's have-
no the nyendeba. Let me explain that nyendeba because that is why I have to dance for viewers to see. You know, the reason for that song is this. It means give here and give here. So when you give him direct question, he feels
you the other.
he give you back.
Let's have his take. What's your take on this, sir?
honestly speaking, for me, it's normal way Wiki talks. He doesn't hold back. He says whatever comes to his mind,
Yes.
whatever comes to his mouth. But it's embarrassing for a sitting minister. I am not even considering the primary question the journalist put to him. I find that particular statement embarrassing. The fact that a journalist asked him that, no, we are now doing interview. He said, is it the interview? Am I not paying you for interview? Is it free? It is embarrassing for a sitting minister to come out to the public domain and categorically state for everybody to hear that I'm paying you for the interview you're granting me. It's very, very embarrassing. And then this is not the very first time I hear Wiki make
And then they give you free land.
Exactly, embarrassing statement. Exactly.
That
See, you see, I without apology to anybody, I am one person who reads, who believes the horoscope and the zodiacs. I don't, without apology to anybody, and I practice it. If you go and ask God why, I told somebody, I mentioned it, I stated it clear. I said Wiki is a born Sagittarius For those Sagittarius listening to me, go and ask, read it.
Yeah,
It's
comes with
there.
the trait. That's
It comes with their trait. That is.
I think that authority book is a
No. I didn't counter you, Mr. Please. With due respect, we're on air, please. And I didn't counter you, so not allow me.
Yes.
I can call other Sagittarius. We have Akpabio. Senator Akpabio is a Sagittarius.
Well, but what?
Wait, excuse me. Do you see similarities?
There is similarity.
The way they talk? Do you see it? I'm asking a question.
Of course, there is.
So what are you saying? I don't want to. My former boss, which he knows, he served. He's also a Sagittarius. A man who gave my daughter 5,000 naira, and little argument, he came public and said, "After all, I gave your daughter 5,000 naira."
See, my point here now is that the trade thing is there.
It's there. So
when you are,
I have them as cousins. I have them as friends. So I'm not just speaking just from the book. I've also tried to relate what I read in the book to practical, and I see it truly. In fact, one of them will tell me that is one of the things that's cost us so much in her relationship. She told me that.
You see, in as much as that is their trait and it exists, we feel they should know when to let it dominate them. Everybody, we all
It's
have
a weakness now.
He himself has often said the fact that people need to control.
We need to control.
Yeah, yes. When you know, you can only control.
That is why I always explain.
No, you don't understand what I say. Let me tell you something. You cannot. No. We cannot control. I'm here. I'm the center. You cannot dominate. I'm not dominating.
Please.
No. Don't use that word dominate. Mr. Friend, at this juncture. No.
You should have been a Sagittarius.
No.
You should have been a Sagittarius.
I need to clear the air because you don't face.
They have similarities.
Mr. Brian, please, I have the floor. Please, you don't make a comment on air. Excuse me. You don't make a. Excuse me.
Please, in 50 seconds.
No, not 50 seconds. I moderate you here. So
No, she moderates.
No.
It's my time.
Excuse me. You don't say a thing on air, hanging.
Okay.
No, you cannot.
As a presenter, you should be careful of that.
Of course.
You just leave people in darkness. The reason why you know these things is not for you to accept them. You made a comment, and I need to clear that.
Okay.
I am a born Taurus. I know my weaknesses, and I sat down and worked on them. But how did I work on them when you don't accept that you have it? That's the hardest part.
Acceptance comes first before working.
If you don't accept you have this weakness, you keep offending people, stepping on toes with it, and you become unbearable by human beings.
Well,
I carry on, Jare. I've made my point. So please know your weakness as a human being.
Yes.
Then accept them and then work on them, or else things like this will be seeing more of it.
And especially to those in political office, in power, I really feel they should work on their temperaments, on their traits, because it's not all time you come.
Are you a phlegmatic? Are you a choleric?
Yes,
are you a sanguine? You should know these things.
Yes.
They are there.
They're there. And that takes us to the second video of the day, talking about the fuel increment. And let's see how Ghana is doing on that. There's also a video that came out from Ghana over the week, and it's creating conversation online. If Nigeria, we are increasing our fuel price for the same reason Ghana is reducing its fuel price. Let's have the video, please.
I wish to assure you, our economy is resilient. When we came, we met $8.3 billion worth of reserves. We have built our reserves to $13.9 billion worth of reserves. And so when this Iran, Israel, and US war started, people harbored a fear that it will affect the economy. I can assure you the economy is resilient. And so we've not been affected by it. We've even managed to reduce petroleum prices. By now, the cost of diesel should have been 19 cedis per liter. But we've managed to absorb it and bring it down to 16.10 cedis per liter. And I'm encouraged that now the peace talks are taking place in Pakistan, and our hope is that they'll resolve the differences and then we can continue to build. I wish to assure you, our economy is our economy, but our economy is doing well. We are almost coming out of the IMF program. It will end in May next month, but we still want to keep the fiscal discipline. It's not because of the IMF. We must be able to maintain fiscal discipline so that we're able to save resources to invest in the things that are important to our people, our economy.
Wow.
So you can see, you can see the way the president of the country is talking.
Yes.
Did you see hope?
Of course, there is hope in there. And when I saw this video, the first thing that came into my mind is it's the same situation, same same position. Of course, he's the president, but different approach. Because as a nation, all right, when the firstly it started from the fuel subsidy removal, and then Nigeria, where people that were adaptive in nature, we can adapt and want to live with it, and we don't.
That you go better now.
You go better. Do you understand?
You go better. It is well.
False hope.
It is well.
No, but that is our nature. If a price should
No, it's not my nature. It's your, I do your nature. Mr. Ben, is that your nature?
how many times have something gone up and you see an average Nigeria complain to an extent that they storm the street to protest? We won't buy this product for this amount. We all are we not buying fuel for the same price?
Well,
We are.
for me, this just goes to show what leadership should be like.
Should be like, of course.
While Ghanaians and other African countries are having leaders that are concerned about their welfare, are concerned about their people, in Nigeria we have leaders whose only interest is to kill us, is to impoverish us, is to make life difficult for us. Because we have much more fuel than Ghana. When did Ghana become an oil-producing country, for God's sake? They are now improving. They said by May, by May, they will have finished with their IMF problems. Nigeria is just starting now.
And you are owing up to 1 million.
We keep on increasing. You know that borrowing more than you are owing. We are thinking, please stop telling me. The person that wants to borrow is the person that is owing. No angel will wake me up and say you are owing. They will wake you. Believe you. No, the person of I know. Let me land my point.
I'm trying to hide my face because already you are boiling at this point.
Yes, because I'm already angry with you.
And my face is close to your hand.
What kind of leadership?
Before you give me,
allow me to finish now.
Before you give me,
see, they say uses Israel-Iran war because of that fuel price is increasing. And even when the fuel price is increasing, you are putting more tax on us.
Tax.
Everything is going up.
And the same Israel-Iran for somebody who died to like
and the same Ghana that's just next door neighbor that do not have a quarter of what we have as a oil producing country. The same Ghana who we used to help is now making life easier for their citizens. The same Ghana is trying to finish the IMF.
It's increasing their foreign reserve.
And now you are telling me that the price of petroleum will keep going higher and higher. And then you are expecting me to come back to me and say I should vote for you. Why? What kind of leadership do you have in this country, please?
You didn't even mention the reserve.
People that are
the reserve is growing.
Of course, now. Of course.
He mentioned it.
Their reserve is going. Just recently we heard that our oil reserve is going down.
It's going down, of course.
They are finishing the IMF loan. We are just starting afresh. Because we are borrowing more.
More and more.
In quick succession.
In quick succession. So please, for me, we have leaders, but we have leaders that are serving themselves. While in Ghana, they have leaders that are serving the people.
For the people, yes.
That's just the difference.
Let's have your take.
I think if they are giving
you know, Mr. Biden,
to take their citizens.
after you say I'm dominating the conversation.
Just give fair share of time.
I've given you now.
Fair share of time.
I've given.
And don't take ownership right.
No. Mr. Biden, the eyes have it. I have the gavel. Don't let me read the riots out here.
No, don't read it. We haven't reached that far.
Hello. All right, gentlemen, bring it down. All right, let me just come in from this angle. I keep saying that even the way our leaders dress,
yes, flamboyantly,
costume, for those who don't understand, costume, color has a message it sends to even the followers. You can see how simple the president is dressed. The president is also dressing as like one who is ready to serve. Simple, and that also reflects in his nature of speech. You can see the way he's talking. Did you see, if we want, in this part of the world, Nigeria, if a leader wants to talk, you will see.
Just look at it, please.
I don't think it's in a hall.
No, it looks
it looks like a street.
In an open space. So it looks like an open space. So just one mic.
No security.
He looks like the citizens themselves.
Wait, now I'm analyzing my own. No security standing behind him. Them live band everywhere. And then supporters everywhere making noise, shouting, hey! Nothing, just one man standing with one microphone in an open space, addressing few people, and they're clapping hands. Smart, not You can see
Where
the
are
way.
you?
Well,
No, did you, we are looking into the situation.
When you do, you are trying to lie. I'm telling you,
I'm not aware.
No, that's the truth. When you see a person
yes,
talking,
you're trying to
he's
let
trying to
words, yes,
calculate what he's going to say.
evaluate.
I
Exactly.
pride myself.
It's
I always take my issues from the human angle.
Mm.
So that is why I'm looking at it from the human angle.
All
If
right.
it's a person that is talking to me, I will listen.
Yeah,
Of
listen.
course, you don't even have a choice. So calm and straight to the point. You would listen.
Good
All right,
speech.
this takes us to the last video of this session.
Oh, we still have a video?
We
Yes,
still
we
have,
have
a
one
video,
last one.
Okay.
last video, and we should be able to do that within 4 minutes. Please, let's have the video. This is a straightforward message. This is a straightforward campaign. This is not them urging the people to vote. Get ready your vote, get your voters card ready and vote. No, this is get your voters card ready to vote us. Don't that mighty picture in the front of that rice. Sincerely, I said, I saw your comment in the group last night. I wanted to comment, but I just said, let me just leave. Sincerely, I won't collect this, right? I know a lot of people are hungry, and of course, it's our money. It's the people's money. People should collect it. But are they sensible enough that after collecting it, they are going to vote for the right leader? They are going to vote for who will have them at heart after now?
Pari,
Yes.
nobody is going to come to the polling unit and put a gun to your head and say you must vote me.
But
This money is money that belongs to Nigeria. Wait a minute. It's money that belongs to Nigeria. Those people are the same people that expose Nigerians to that level of poverty and want and
Yes,
need.
they make us hungry.
And then
so that they'll give us
you must eat, too. You must eat. Like I say, if this is happening in my street, I'll go and collect.
Well,
When I collect, I'll give it to my son. When my son is going, I will say, I collect too. I will not vote. I'll be this much radical.
Sincerely,
Because it's a money that already belongs to Nigerians.
it is, but to me, I feel I don't know why. I watched this video over
Yeah,
and over, and
different.
see if I'll see myself in a position where I want queue up. That's an insult. That's a
It's
slap
an insult,
in
honestly
Nigeria.
speaking.
John, that's how they have
Degraded and impoverished people.
They have
All right, gentlemen. Sorry, gentlemen and ladies. Sorry. No, I refuse to talk here so that just to create a balance that you people talk. Time is not our friend.
Yeah.
I can understand your pain, Mr. Ibrahim. Collect the rice and then vote your conscience.
Exactly.
And
my
you-
conscience.
I find it insulting.
It's something you will not even queue.
I
All right,
wouldn't-
thank you very much.
I will not
For in my own opinion, before I call it a day, I want to advise you. You know, you can see the faces of those organizing that thing. That there is no sincerity even on their faces. Their facial expression is even showing that the man anchoring that thing is even a deceiver.
Even taking the right.
If you like, I always come from the human angle. I always look at the facial expression, the physiognomy of that man. You will see that even the man give you hear that one say, "Cool on there, that's go out from here." Or you take go, and that is how you are going to get out for the next 4 years, and you will get out with your poverty and remain poor. Thank you very much. That is why I'm going to end it up. I don't want to say anything. If you are wise, you know what to do.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, gentlemen, and Mr. Ibrahim. Thank you. Just feel white.
Yeah.
I always call you white. Very.
Justin Friday.
Please allow me. Our time is up. This is where we are going to wrap it up on the morning show today here in the city of Abuja. My name is Kenneth Chidi. Mr. Ibrahim, thank you. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow. See you on Monday. Thank God it's Friday. Enjoy your day. Have a blessed weekend. Bye-bye.
Bonjour la classe, bonjour mes élèves. Aujourd'hui, on est là encore. C'est notre jour d'apprendre nos langues de français. Good morning class, good morning my students. Today is another day for us to learn French